Йоу, всем привет, с вами я Dimantrus, и мы продолжаем проходить эту великолепную игру за Stanley Ultra Deluxe. И вот сейчас я опять зашел в игру, и у нас тут появляются настройки. Настройка первая была с яркостью, теперь у меня вторая настройка с ползунком. Тащите ползунок, пока кошка собака не подружится. Оп, нормально, да? Тащите ползунок, пока цифра 5 не станет цифрой 9. Ага. Вот так вот, да? Тащите ползунок, пока меню не поменяется. Она не меняется в любом случае. Но я обману игру. Какой из этих двух выдуманных слов нравится больше? Акубинка, скрумтуш. Скрумтуш. Не перетаскивайте ползунок. Прости. Знаете, сколько сейчас времени? Да. Знаем. Сейчас действительно столько времени? Да. Действительно. Что такое время? Нет. Нет. Вы скрываете от меня какой-то факт про себя? Нет. Помогите. Да. Зайдете ко мне повидаться? Да. Бля, я опять доки-доки, что ли, играю? Практически то же самое, ё-моё. Ладно, продолжаем наш основной геймплей. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Ну, как обычно, да, начало хорошее, начало плохое, начало великолепное. Тут на Е и на левую кнопку работает использование. Так, хорошо, давайте. Я хотел, знаете, что, куда сходить? Я не помню. В прошлом ролике я куда-то пошел, но не пошел. Вот, ребятки, я вспомнил. Сейчас пойдем в то самое место, что мы ходили в прошлой серии. Короче, кинем ведро в ведро на мешалку. Мы ее уничтожим, короче говоря. Уничтожим ведро. В тот раз мы спасли ведро, то есть мы спасли нашего друга, а теперь мы его придадим. То есть мы будем сейчас вариативностью заниматься. Да. Здравствуйте еще раз, давно не виделись. В этой подсобке у нас ничего не поменялось, как обычно. Да, сиквел.
Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one
ля-ля
but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Ага, картина со столом, картина с двумя дверями. Что бы это могло значить?
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Слушайте, я уже теряюсь в вариативности. Куда бы нам сходить, куда нам можно, куда нельзя.
Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Да, очень смешно, Виктор. Как всегда, шутки твои просто восхитительные. Давайте по-серьезки. Кое-чем пожертвовать. Кстати, пожертвование я забыл тогда еще сказать. Напомнило тоже портал. Опять отсылочки, да? Вот чувствуете, отсылочек много к разным играм. Потому что мы ходили в первой части портал с кубом. виде сердечка, типа это наш друг был. И потом нам Гледа сказал уничтожить в конце концов. И это было грустное расставание. Давай открывай свою шарманку.
Can you guess what the bucket destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley.
Давай, Стэнли. Попрощайся с ведром и закинь его в машину, когда будешь готов. Ладно? Прощай, ведро. А, я не буду брать. А я могу закинуть ведро. Я не могу ведро закинуть, мне игра не дает это сделать.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the.
А он не хочет бросать ведро. Оказывается, нельзя ведро бросить так. Блин. Да. Все разорвало. Разорвали материю и пространственно-временной континуум. Мы решили создать новую вселенную с помощью этой машины. На самом деле, я не знаю, что я сказал. А я что-то сказал. Goodbye, friend. You're amazing. You're my life. You're my soul. Yeah. Ну, короче, слушайте, я уже теперь точно не знаю, куда нам пойти. В какую сторону. Ну, типа уже все уже. Я как бы мои идеи, мои полномочия на этом все. Ладно, придется мне походу искать, куда мне надо топать. И искать еще одну концовку. Какую концовку искать я буду, без понятия. Короче, налево мы сходили, направо сходили. Бабушки зашли, меда выпили. По усам теклом, а в рот не попало, так как говорится. Вниз мы ходили, без ведра с ведром мы ходили. Может быть, я куда-то с ведром еще не сходил. Я вот заметил, что он там мостик. Я предполагаю, что можно будет туда потом попасть. Какой там надо дверь открыть? 430-ю?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Да.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Ну давай 20 раз нажму.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly.
Сколько? 50? Давай, 50 раз. Спидран. Кликание мышки.
I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. А где она находится у нас? 420. Давай.
great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Несколько раз 437. Давай, давай. Мне нравится эта игра, мне нравится.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
10 раз, окей. Чем я занимаюсь, блядь? Чем я занимаюсь, мать его?
Now, back to door number 437.
Так, точно. Вас понял. Блин, окно открыл, такой свежий ветерок пошел. Жесть.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
На ксерокс.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Давай. Бегу, бегу.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Давай.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Так, точно. Пару раз на 416.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine.
О, да, бегу, бегу. На ксерокс. О, боже. Вот это заманчивая игра,
Finish
господи.
it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yeah!
Да!
We did it. Oh, wow.
Заебись.
That felt amazing.
Ой, простите, я сматерился.
You really earned it,
Хотел
Stanley.
сказать,
Nothing could
Грац.
hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
Да.
Really now? What
Не, я реально думал за 5 кликов, да. За 5 кликов ачивочку получил. А чё вот за 8? Что-то за ачивка, еще одна. Интересно. Так, вопрос. Вопрос на засыпку. Какого хрена мне надо делать дальше? У меня бонусное ведро теперь с собой. Я могу ведро брать, но при этом я не понимаю, что, куда, зачем и почему с ним идти. А, давай возьмем. Без ведра жизнь не та, как говорится. Слушайте, я вообще без понятия, точно можно пройти эту игру или она бесконечная? Ну, типа, я иду, а потом понимаю, что я иду по одним и тем же путям. Я уже, видимо, весь новый контент обсыкал, обнюхал. И как бы ни хрена не происходит теперь дальше. По сути-то я и то же самое и делаю, но ничего к этому не приводит, ни к какому результату. Может быть, я что-то неправильно делаю, но в принципе я видел 2 развилки, где я мог пройти, в принципе, по-новому. Но там какая-то загвоздка есть, которую я не знаю. Лифт, лудин.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
А если обратно вернусь? А, я могу все-таки вернуться.
Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Понажимать,
Bucket said nothing.
ну, кнопку 3. Ты что? Какую еще кнопку 3? Чего? Чего? Я вас не понял сейчас. Какая кнопка? Кнопка 3? Или же не 3?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Я что-то
Stanley looked
слышал.
expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Наиграешь с кнопкой 3, он вернулся в лифт. Нет, я не наигрался с кнопкой 3. 2, 8, 4, 5. Не, ну вроде пока ничего не происходит. Значит, нам в натуре надо в лифт возвращаться. А может, я еще и назад вернусь? А, дверь уже закрыта у нас. Мы уже ушли слишком далеко по сюжету, чтобы возвращаться назад, как говорится. И опять вниз.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Блин. Казалось бы.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Еще раз показать.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Какая прелестная третья кнопка, господи. Давай еще раз пожмем. Пожмем на эту кнопочку.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. The whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Stanley returned to elevator. Значит, мы все-таки не дожили.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Ведро не отвечало Стэнли. Он был очень грустным. Так, я могу вернуться? Так, вернуться я все равно могу, но при этом диалога нулевой. Диалога нулевой.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Да, сука, я нашел. Я нашел, куда идти. Я уже отчаялся.
Excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
On life on stage. Вы бы знали, как сложно становится искать нестандартные пути в этой абсолютно гениальной игре, я бы сказал. Я нашел, как нам пройти дальше. 3-3-3. Троечка, троечка, троечка.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
А тут тоже, наверное, какие-то развилки есть, да? Или я все, правильно делаю? Так. The dude who came up with pizza. Чувак, который пришел за пиццей. Или с пиццей. Что там еще есть? Какие там плакаты интересные есть. Ой, что такое высоко. Лорд. The guy who went to Mars. Чувак, который шел на Марс. Чувак, который пришел с пиццей, и чувак, который шел на Марс. Вот это отличное сюжетное повествование. Waited really means to press some buttons to keep out of Господи.
Uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Так, хорошо, мы эту концовку открыли. А если попробовать без ведра также сделать, кстати, как вариант. Я не пробовал еще, на самом деле, такое провернуть. Сделать код, потом вернуться на лифте обратно. И понять, что ты не Стэнли, а Стэнли Пэрабл. Нет, я боюсь. Боюсь коридоров.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Boss's office. Катание по лифту. Дубль 2.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
Да ё-моё. Не отдышался еще, что ли? Ну я пока посплю, ты не против?
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
А можно? Блин, дверь не открывается. Ну хорошо, давай. Давай. Возвращаемся, теперь точно. Теперь точно возвращаемся. Наверное.
Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
А я вот нет, я могу вернуться, кстати. Я вернусь, потому что мне делать нечего. Третий раз возвращаться в лифт. Я диктора, наверное, заколебал уже.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content.
Я теперь понимаю, почему я зеваю постоянно. Вот оно что. Постоянно болтает и болтает, болтает и болтает, без умолку прям. Куда мы едем, ты лучше скажи. Пресс-конференция.
Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them.
Я возвращаюсь на ту же пресс-конференцию, что с ведром было. В натуре. То есть они поменяли, по сути, повествование. Сама локация осталась в концовке. Окей. We'll go again.
Ah, yes. Here it is, just through this door. All right. Are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Oh. Oh. Идите. На превьюшку поставлю. Да, это я, мазафака, это я. Тот самый Стэнли Парейбл, которого вы все знаете. Ай. Ядро не отреагировало. Бля, мне кажется, диалог залагал. Ладно, бывает. Так, ну еще одну концовку мы нашли. А, кстати, я же не выдергивал вилку без ведра. Синдром это делал. А, с ведром я не поднимал трубку даже. Вот оно чё, ага, во.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Здрасте. Это моя хата? Не, ну это больше похоже на нормальную квартиру, чем без ведра, когда мы сюда заходили. Ну, когда на телефон отвечали. Привет, Стэнли, это я, ведро. Нажми U, чтобы взять меня на работу. Давай.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Нажми игры, чтобы взять меня домой.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Так, ну типа окей. Нажми R, чтобы вернуться на работу.
Well, I'll try anyway.
Чисто
Stanley,
показывает
can you hear me? Listen to me.
жизнь каждого
It's just
чувака,
a bucket.
который
It can't
работает.
think, it can't talk.
Взять
All it would
работу,
ever truly
прийти
do for
домой.
you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Не слушай громкого человека, нажми X, чтобы мы пришли домой.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to.
Да ни хрена
Now
я тебя не
all he cares
слышу.
about is his awful bucket. His stupid hunk of
Бакет мой лучший друг, чем ты, разговорный чувак. Нажми, чтобы игнорировать всех, кроме меня. Согласен.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Ты ведь веришь, что существует Стэнли? Нажми F, чтобы вернуться домой. Конечно, я
Yes, I
верю.
suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Нажми P, чтобы снова и снова проживать этот день со мной. Да, ведро, да.
Oh my God, what am I
Ведерко
saying?
мое.
Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Нажми G, чтобы пойти домой, на работу, домой, на работу, домой. На работу, домой, домой, на работу.
I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with
О,
me? I don't
романтично-то
understand.
как.
Perhaps if I had the bucket,
Свечки.
this would be less confusing. Yes.
Какая
Tell me
романтика,
what to
ведро.
do in this troublesome
Это все.
situation.
Это мне? Это мне?
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Отдай мне ведро. Отдай мне ведро. И это мое ведро. Возвращайся на работу, Стэнли. Хорошо. Как скажете, мистер Ведро. Мистер Ведро.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Так, давайте сейчас
Stanley
сходим туда
decided to
же.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ведро, ведро, ведро. Ведро не будем брать, а сходим туда же до телефона. Выдернем вилку из розетки просто. Опа-на. Чё, бля? Чё? Что? Комната, коридор. Что? У меня приснился рассудок, что я теперь вижу нормальный коридор, а не двери сраные. Неужели все починилось? Только цифры какие-то кривые теперь. А, нет, стой. Он просто удлинился коридор. Но двери так и остались. Так. Что-то у нас не ту. Как говорится, у нас не ту. Мне даже интересно стало, что случилось. У нас появились 453 комнаты.
She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Это факт.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Это факт, и это не она звонила.
I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
О,
No,
шуршит
it's
чем-то.
definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Признаются друг другу в любви. Ага, ага. Что-то ты меня обманываешь. Ты знаешь, что я из другой временной линии попал сюда? Я знаю, что там происходит.
How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Сломали третью стену.
I can't believe I was so mistaken.
Живой
This
человек.
is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol.
Элементарные решения в реальном мире. Да, я против закон природы, да ты о чем вообще?
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision making in the real world.
Да?
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a
Вот что
real
есть в реальной
person,
жизни.
but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back.
Oh.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Какая красивая комната. Жесть. Комната начала меняться. Что ты теперь для меня придумал, товарищ диктор? Диктор Дикторович Диковторов.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Да ладно.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Ну ладно. Ну ладно. Как скажете, товарищ. Так, окей. Я типа возвращаюсь назад, да? Или как? Куда мне идти-то?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Окей. Как скажешь.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead.
Делай, что я говорю, все будет хорошо.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Так, но в теории мы все поняли. Да, давай.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Лол. Хрена себе. Все исказилось. О май. То есть вот так теперь все будет, да? Игра сломалась, в итоге там все и переломалось. Окей. И что, дальше? Дальше должен идти? Серьезно?
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it?
А я вижу
To know
дверь,
that my
кстати.
story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Не надо. Бля, он сейчас... О, нет. О, нет.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
В
It was
натуре.
the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Ну я нечаянно,
Didn't I impress
понимаешь?
upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Я тебя доебу. Я тебя доебу, чувак.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story
Ты такой
first.
душный, я, блядь, заколебался тебя слушать.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Ой, дай мне хотя бы поиграть, как я хочу, а не как ты хочешь, блин. Духота, ой, духота. Ну ладно, давай в левую заходим. Идем в левую дверь. Ты ее починил, точно? Вроде пока все нормально. Никого не оказалось.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ну ладно. Видимо, нам пока нельзя. А если я в туалет зайду? Туалет закрыт. Неужели все-таки надо? О, офис переделанный. А что ты переделал офис-то?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to
Голосовой
it.
пульт.
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to
Это
his
же
questions.
голосовой
And
пульт.
beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115.
Что, кукла 115.
Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Speak clearly into the receiver.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark 115.
Right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Алло, блядь. Алло, ёпта. Я сказал.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial
Ну я
step.
сказал. Night Shark 115. Алло. Ух, сука.
Fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Кажется, опять все сломалось.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening?
Stanley ПРОЩАЙ Ультра Deluxe.
Is everything all right?
Конец.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot
Oh
be
shit.
Stanley. Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Бедный диктор. Голос диктора был очень грустным. Пожалуй, самым печальным. Самым печальным, на что ни на есть, голосом. Так, ну ладно, ребят, давайте пока на этом остановимся. Спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лойсы, оставляйте комментарии, подписывайтесь на канал и переходите по ссылкам. Там группа, каналы в Дискорде, канал в Телеграме, группа ВК и тому подобное. Всем еще раз спасибо за просмотр и ждите новых роликов. Всем пока, всем удачи.